Welcome back. Today, we continue with more vocabulary in English, from jail to just. Let's explore their meanings, simple definitions, and common collocations to help you use them naturally. Jail. Place where criminals are kept. He was sentenced to 5 years in jail for the crime. Jail. A place where people are kept for a short time, often before their trial or for minor crimes. Prison. A place where people are kept for a long time after being convicted of serious crimes. When talking about prison, there are some common expressions you should know. Go to jail or go to prison means to enter prison. Be sentenced to is used when a judge decides how long someone must stay in prison. Finally, be released from prison or get out of jail means to leave prison after serving time. These expressions are very common when talking about crimes and legal situations. Behind bars means being in prison, referring to the metal bars of a cell. He spent 5 years behind bars. January, first month of the year. January is usually the coldest month of the year in this region. They plan to visit the Alps this coming January. The months of the year in English are January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. They are always written with a capital letter. Blue Monday is often called the most depressing day of the year. It usually falls on a Monday in January, when people feel low after the holidays, the weather is cold, and motivation is low. However, it is not scientifically proven and is mostly a popular idea. Japan, country in East Asia. Japan is famous for its cherry blossoms and advanced technology. They traveled to Japan to experience its rich cultural heritage. I'm learning Japanese because I want to visit Tokyo next year. The restaurant serves authentic Japanese cuisine. Cuisine, the style or type of cooking, especially from a specific country or culture. Kitchen, the room where food is prepared and cooked. Jar, glass container. She opened a jar of pickles for the sandwich. The cookie jar was always full when they were kids. Jar, a glass container, usually with a lid, used for food like jam or honey. Can, a metal container, usually for food or drinks. Tin, a metal container, mainly used in British English, similar to e-can. In everyday use, can is more common globally, especially for drinks. Jasmine, fragrant flower or plant. The sweet scent of jasmine filled the air on a warm summer evening. She wore a jasmine-scented perfume. Javelin, long spear used in sport. He threw the javelin as far as he could in the track competition. Jaw, bone structure of the mouth. He hurt his jaw when he fell off his bike during the race. Jazz, style of music. They spent the night listening to smooth jazz music at the local bar. Jealous, unhappy about someone else's success. He gets jealous when she talks to other men. He felt jealous when his best friend got a promotion at work. She was jealous of her sister's new dress, but didn't show it. Jeep, type of car for rough roads. The Jeep broke down in the middle of the desert, and they had to call for help. Jet, fast airplane. They flew to Paris in a private jet for their business meeting. Jet lag, tiredness after long flights. She felt terrible jet lag after flying from Tokyo to New York. Jew, person of Jewish religion or origin. He is a proud Jew and celebrates the traditional holidays with his family. Jewish, related to Jews or Judaism. Many Jewish professionals work in a wide range of industries today. Jewel, precious stone or valuable item. The queen wore a beautiful jewel around her neck during the ceremony. He bought her a rare jewel to celebrate their anniversary. Jeweler, person who makes or sells jewelry. The jeweler carefully examined the diamond to ensure its authenticity. She works as a jeweler and creates custom-made rings for her clients. The jeweler repaired my broken necklace. A jeweler is a general term for someone who sells, makes, or repairs jewelry, while a goldsmith is a craftsman who specializes in working with gold. Jewelry, objects like rings, necklaces, earrings. She wore beautiful jewelry at the party. I went to the jewelry store to buy a necklace. Job, paid position of work. She just landed a new job at a law firm in the city. His job requires him to travel frequently for meetings and conferences. Job, a specific position or role that a person does. Employment, the general state of having a job or being employed. Jobless, without a job. After being jobless for several months, he finally found a part-time position. Many jobless people rely on unemployment benefits to make ends meet. Make ends meet. To have just enough money to pay for basic needs like food, rent, and bills. It's hard to make ends meet on a low salary. It usually means you are not saving money, just covering your expenses. It's hard to make ends meet with such a low salary. Jobless, without a job, a person who does not have work. Unemployment, the state or condition of not having a job. Tip, jobless, adjective for a person. He is jobless. Unemployment, noun for the situation. The unemployment rate is high. Jockey, person who rides racehorses. The jockey skillfully guided his horse to victory in the race. Joke, funny story or act. She told a funny joke that made everyone laugh. Don't take it seriously. I was just making a joke. Joker, funny person or wild card. He's known as the class joker, always making everyone laugh. A practical joker is someone who plays tricks on people, often involving actions rather than just words. He's a practical joker who loves playing tricks on his friends. A practical joke is a trick played on someone, often in a playful or harmless way. It is a more traditional or general term. A prank is very similar, but it is more commonly used today and can sometimes involve more elaborate or modern tricks, often seen on social media or videos. In many cases, they mean the same thing, but prank is used more in everyday conversation. The joker in the card game was able to change the rules of the round. Journey, act of traveling from one place to another. It was a long journey to the mountains, but the view was worth it. Was worth it means that the result or outcome justified the effort, time, or trouble you put in. Studying hard for months was tough, but it was worth it when I finally graduated. They set off on a journey across Europe to explore new cultures. Set off, to start a journey or begin traveling. We set off early in the morning. Journey, a long or significant travel from one place to another, often emphasizing the experience. Trip, a travel or visit, usually shorter or more casual. Joystick, control stick for games or machines. He used the joystick to control the spaceship in the video game. The old arcade games still had their classic joysticks for playing. Jukebox, machine that plays music when coins are inserted. They gathered around the jukebox to listen to their favorite songs. Juicy, full of juice or very interesting. The juicy steak was cooked to perfection. My son loves eating a nice juicy steak at a barbecue. He shared a juicy story about his last adventure. Jump, push off the ground into the air. The cat jumped over the flowers. She jumped when the door slammed. The verb slam means to close something with great force and noise, usually a door or a window. Gas prices jumped last week. They jumped off the cliff into the sea. She jumped off the diving board into the pool. The kids jumped off the pier into the lake. A pier is a structure built out over the water, usually from the shore, where people can walk, fish, or boats can dock. We walked along Sunset at Rio Tinto Pier and watched the boats. She jumped on the bus just in time. The media quickly jumped on the politician after the mistake. People on social media jumped on her for his comments. The boss jumped on him for checking his phone during the meeting. The teacher jumped on the students for not doing their homework. It's rude to jump the queue at the supermarket. Don't jump to conclusions before hearing the full story. Several employees jumped ship after the company announced layoffs. Jumpy, easily startled or nervous. After hearing the loud noise, she became very jumpy. Junior, younger or lower in rank. She's a junior at the company, so she's still learning the ropes. Learning the ropes. To learn how to do a job or activity properly, especially when you are new at it. Don't worry, you'll learn the ropes soon. He's a junior in high school, so he still has another year before graduation. Just fair, only, or exactly? It was a just decision based on all the available evidence. He believes in just treatment for all, regardless of background. Just refers to what is morally or legally right, while fair refers to what feels reasonable or equal in everyday situations. That's not just. That's not fair. I just want to relax this weekend. Just a minute? It's just a joke. I think we should leave earlier to avoid traffic, but I'm just saying. That's it for today's Words from Jail to Just. Keep practicing with examples, and you'll see your English improve step by step. See you in the next video.